Hey guys, welcome back to the Not Only Carrot Show here on YouTube. I'm Leah and today I'll be making Neal Barnard's baked oatmeal cups from his 21-day Kickstart program. All right, let's get started. Today's episode is not sponsored. I am just going on the 21-day Kickstart with a friend of mine. We're going to give it a go, try out some new meals and see how it all turns out. So the first meal of the day for day one tomorrow is the baked oatmeal cups, and I figured why not bake them the day before, share them with my viewers, see what they taste like, and then I can have them for breakfast. Make sure your oven is being preheated to 180 degrees Celsius or 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Grab a large bowl and we're going to start with some oatmeal. In Australia we call it rolled oats. 2 cups of rolled oats and a half a cup of oat flour. You can pulse up oats in your blender and they'll come out nice and smooth like this. You can also do it in your Thermomix, speed 9 for 15 seconds with your rolled oats. And we have 3 tablespoons of flax meal. Likewise, in your blender, if you've just got your flax seeds, you want to blend them up, just pulse them in your blender and they'll turn out like this. Once again, speed 9, 10 seconds in the Thermomix. And we have 1 tablespoon of cinnamon and a heaped 1/8 of a teaspoon of sea salt. Sprinkle that over. Check out Dr. Michael Greger's episode about which cinnamons are good for you and which cinnamons are bad for you. I'll leave a link in the description below. Of course, make sure you use the good one in this recipe. Now we're going to combine all of those dry ingredients. Just stir them all around. And we're going to add in a bit of fruit now. We have 1/3 of a cup of raisins or sultanas and 2 tablespoons of semi-sweet chocolate chips. I'm going to be using carob chips today because we actually avoid using cocoa in our diet. And tip those in. They are optional. You don't have to use those. One of the things I love about this recipe is the fact that it's actually fat-free. There is no oil at all in this recipe. Instead of the oil today, we're going to be using some pureed bananas. We have 2 cups of pureed bananas. You're actually going to use a stick blender with those, or you can put them into a food processor or a blender, and you want them really well squashed. If you can find overripe bananas, they're the best ones to use. They'll be super sweet and they'll add moisture and sweetness to your oatmeal cups. Plus, we have some additional sweetener today. It's brown rice syrup. We're going to add 1/3 of a cup. There is a mention in the recipe on the Kickstart app not to use maple syrup because it's not thick enough. But I would guess that if you're a vegan, you wanted to use honey instead, you probably could. But honey isn't technically vegan, so keep that in mind. All right, so stir all of that together. Basically, you're just going to combine those ingredients. Use the back of your spoon if it gets a bit too sticky on the front and fold it through. And as you can see, it's going to be full of fiber. You've got the whole grains there with those rolled oats. You've got a bit of sweetness added with your sultanas or your raisins. And it mentions on the website that you can eat as many of these as you like in one sitting. So you've got this and fresh fruit for brekkie. We'll see. I'm guessing they're going to be super filling because of all of those oats. All right, so that's well combined now. They mentioned to use just under 1/3 of a cup for each of those muffins. So grab your little patty cake liners. Got some cute ones today. Yellow ones. It actually makes about 15, so I'm not going to fit all of this in one go. I've got little llamas. Who doesn't like llama cupcakes? I don't know. Some sad person. And flamingos. Why not? Let's do that today. Flamingos, llamas, and yellow. Let's fill these babies up. And get 1/3 or just under. Now we're going to pop our little baked oatmeal cups into the oven, and it's 20 minutes on 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 180 degrees Celsius. Once they're finished baking, you take them out, leave them in the tray for 5 minutes, and then you're going to cool them on a rack. You can eat them hot or cold. The next day they keep well, obviously airtight container in the fridge. So very good. I'll be right back and I'm going to have a taste test. Okay, guys, here they are. They look really good. They smell good too. So I'm going to give it a go. I'm going to try it just as is. First, I'll go a llama. Why not? All right, so they're holding together pretty well. A little bit sticky on the bottom. All right, let's see. There's a lot of chewing. That's a lot of chewing. I will tell you, I took one bite. It actually has a really great chew, which is good. I expected that with the oatmeal, but the flaxseed, of course, will add an extra bit of chew to the texture. So that's what the texture's like on the inside. Yeah, it's definitely a solid kind of a flavour and taste. So I'm going to have a little bit now with some chia jam I made. This is some blueberry chia jam, and see if that lifts the flavour at all.
You gotta chew for half an hour.
Like one thing would take like 20 hours. It's probably good, you know, because it makes you eat less.
Okay guys, so with the chia jam, it was interesting. It was a different flavour again, so adding blueberry to the mix. I didn't mind it. It certainly adds a little more moisture because I'm used to cooking cakes that have a bit of oil in them and they are quite moist, and whether or not you have your soy whipped cream or you have it with a homemade smoothie, it's going to add a little extra moisture. So I would probably recommend having it with some sort of a smoothie, some sort of or a wet fruit like a orange or a mandarin or pineapple perhaps. But in terms of having to chew a lot, that can be really good because if you have to masticate your food a lot, it can help to limit the amount of food that you want to eat, and also it gives your stomach and tummy and brain a chance to catch up and go, oh, okay, I'm actually full, I don't need to eat anymore. So I would think I would realistically eat probably 2 of these. If you've got a good appetite, you might eat maybe 3 or 4. But all in all, I'd give it a pretty solid 6 out of 10, I'd say. But it's not bad and it's not blowing my mind. So it's kind of a halfway kind of thing. But yeah, definitely, I'd say have a go and see what you reckon. And maybe we could think of some alternative fat-free ingredients we could add to just bring a little more moisture because it is quite dense. I'm thinking maybe we could even add a little bit of baking powder to lift that fluffiness a little bit more. So yeah, so that's my conclusion anyway. The baked oatmeal cups are from the 21-day Kickstart. You can download the app. We're not sponsored or anything. I just wanted to share it because it's something I'm going to try out with my friend tomorrow and for the next 21 days. So anyhow, thank you so much for being with us today. Make sure you hit like, guys, share this episode with a friend, and if you haven't already, subscribe to our channel. We've got plenty more shows coming your way. All right, we look forward to seeing you next time. Bye. All right, girls, come and have a taste test. Pick a cupcake.
Maybe I'll do this.
You can have it on the plate if you like. And if you want to have some chia jam.
Hang on, too. Stop. Not both, yeah.
Oh, they're everywhere. They're like a grenade. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, bite. She likes carob. Remember, if you got a mouthful, just wait to say something. Do you want a bit of chia jam? Okay.
What is in the jam?
That's frozen blueberries. Then I heated them up in the microwave. And when they were nice and soft and boiling, I sort of smushed them down, put a bit of erythritol in there so it's sugar-free. And then added a couple of tablespoons of whole chia seeds. So hold up your hands to show out of 10.
5.
Eden?
5.
What would you reckon? What would you rate it?
I'll give it a 6.
Yeah. Okay, very cool.